Community notes agree with you. I just learned of the passing of Pope Francis. My heart goes out to the millions of Christians all over the world who loved him. I was happy to see him yesterday, but though he was obviously very ill, but I'll always remember him for the below homily he gave in the very early days of COVID. It was really quite beautiful. May God rest his soul. The Pope died shortly after touching J.D. Vance's demonic hand. He might be the Antichrist. It's true. He is. He is. He is. He is the Antichrist. He is literally from the Antichrist administration. He was the envoy, a servant of the devil. He was a servant of the devil. Dude, there is nothing funnier to me than how much right-wing administrations in general, but specifically the Trump administration, plays the role of like biblical Satan so perfectly, okay? 4 horsemen of the apocalypse type shit on a regular basis. Measles cases are popping off. There's mass disease, death and destruction everywhere. You have your second in command, the shadow president, who is literally a lizard person, can't even fucking behave normally, Elon Musk. Not only is he a lizard person, but he's trying to put microchips in people's brains. They're doing black bagging operations for the state of Israel for the crime of saying mean things about the apartheid state, doing a genocide. Okay? Mass disease everywhere. Very clearly, these guys are trying to nuke everything. These are the end of times, and virtually all of the people that are supposed to believe in angels and Jesus Christ coming back to fucking earth or whatever unironically love this guy. How is this possible? If you are hallucinating on a daily fucking basis that the end times are near, well, these guys are bringing it. They're bringing it to you. And you still are just like, hell yeah, nah, you don't understand. It's actually them goddamn lipdars that are bringing the end of times, not my president. It's like, what do you want? What more can you see from this administration that will cause you to go, you know what? Maybe these guys are not the good guys here. It doesn't make any sense. Everything that these guys complained about, 1984, free speech is falling apart, they're doing. Your guys are doing it, and you don't see it. What are we doing here? It blows my fucking mind. Dude, the guy, the servant of Satan, went and shook the hand of the holiest holy man of Catholicism and killed him. And you're still going, I don't care. There are massive tornadoes and earthquakes ripping up the land on a daily fucking basis. The end times are near. It makes me so mad because I don't believe in any of that shit, okay? I don't believe in any of that shit, but you do. You believe it. So why don't you see the things that you believe? It's unfolding in front of your eyes. It makes me so mad. It makes me so fucking mad. These guys are fake. They're phony rapture enjoyers. The real rapture is happening, and these motherfuckers don't see it. Oh. Luca Big Pants. My theory so far, evil gas, invisible laser beam. No, my favorite is that this actually separates, this actually will cause anti-Semitic infighting. Okay, are you ready for this? Here's why it's going to cause anti-Semitic infighting. For the real anti-Semitism enjoyers, the real heads know that one of the oldest anti-Semitic conspiracies is that the Pope is secretly controlled by the Jews. Okay, they think that, you know, the entire Catholic Church, the entirety of the Vatican is controlled by Jews, right? So this is going to cause a separation between the different anti-Semites, because some of them are going to say, well, the Pope is controlled by the Jews, and that's why J.D. Vance assassinated him, because, I don't know. He's just he's based. He's my based Omega Groiper pilled secret neo-Nazi who has is hiding their secret base levels or whatever. But then the other people are also going to be mad because they're going to say JD Vance actually killed him because the Pope has been too critical of Israel. JD Vance used the new secret Israeli poison to kill the Pope. Now, of course, the reality is the Pope was fucking 88 years old, okay? Just let's make no mistake here. This is not like he died so young type situation. Like, oh, how could this have happened? Like, he was very sick and he was very much 88 fucking years old. I'm pretty sure that part of the reason why part of the reason why they allowed this woke ass Pope to be Pope to begin with was because he was already living on borrowed time when they were like, oh yeah, we'll just slot this guy in. Maybe we'll tweak the fucking Catholic Church's like PR a little bit, okay? Because we've been getting kind of a bad rap with all the pedophilia and also all the Nazi stuff. You know what I mean? So then he just fucking survived. He just stayed alive for a lot longer than the expectation was. And in the process, he actually rebuilt the covenant too. I'm going to get into this because, like, this has been a quiet fascination of mine. Okay? Given the Pope's background, I've talked about this before. I have quietly been fascinated with all of the inner machinations of the Catholic Church, especially when I found out that they just have pieces of bones of saints that they just ship off to every fucking church around the planet. I think that's the most metal thing you can do. Okay. When I found that out, I was like, this is kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's freaky, but it's also kind of sick. Anyway, but this Pope is woke, okay? He is significantly more woke than any other Pope that has ever fucking existed. And you know, that was unexpected, certainly. That was definitely unexpected, okay? He is a Pope that followed, ironically enough, the socialist tradition, which is hilarious to think because, you know, that's kind of what Christianity is supposed to fucking be about, you know? Like, think about it. What is heaven but a utopian communist, classless, moneyless, borderless, stateless fucking society? That's what heaven is. That's the prize. Jesus himself, you know, kind of a brown socialist when you think about it. Anyway, so, yeah, first non-European Pope in 1,300 years, first Latin American Pope. And he was definitely, I think, the best Pope. I don't know, like, all the, you know, I don't know the 265 others, but in terms of, like, the latest popes, I would say that this guy was so far above, so much better, okay? First of all, he wasn't a fucking Nazi. So that's like, immediately, you're like, you have elevated above many of the previous popes. Like, the fact that the only like conservative perspectives that he had was that you know, no women still, and also no abortion, is crazy. He was fucking pro-trans, dude. He was goddamn pro-trans. Like, that is psychotic. You can't have a pope. You can't have the leader of Catholicism be more woke than a fucking beloved child's book author, J.K. Rowling. Do you understand? He wasn't pro-trans. Dog. He invited trans people to the Vatican, dude. What are you talking about? That is the most pro-trans you will get as the fucking Pope. Like, we're talking about the Pope. When we talk about the Pope being progressive, it's not going to look like the sweaty anarchists in your fucking commune. Yes, the Pope wasn't abiding by Z-Zir pronouns. I know. He was 88 years old. Please, adjust your expectations. I know. It's so funny because, like, I think this caused a major rift within the different Catholic, like the different the different Catholic churches in like America too, because the American one is like freakish. I'm putting my vote for the Swagapino Pope, by the way. Just Pinoy gang. Much respect. Hopefully he'll be the one. I was looking into the background of all the other popes as well. There's a really funny list out there of all of the different like positions of all of the other like top contenders. And obviously we'll look into that as well. Who are the favorites to succeed Pope Francis? Now, one of the things that Pope Francis did, by the way, I'm going to get to his background in a second. But one of the things that Pope Francis did while he was alive, all the way up until the very last moment, because he knew he was living on borrowed time, was to basically bring in a bunch of super fucking progressive popes. I mean, progressive popes, sorry. Super progressive priests into the covenant. Like, he packed the courts, or cardinals, not priests. Sorry, he packed the fucking he packed the courts. The internal machinations of voting for the next pope is. I'm sure you guys have watched Conclave, so you're like somewhat familiar with it. But he added a bunch of cardinals that were woke as fuck, with the hopes that he could continue his legacy of moving the Catholic Church in a progressive direction. I don't want this list. There's a much better. There's a better list than this one out there. There's one that like looks like a Hearts of Iron 4 list. Yeah, please read the clear confusion. He welcomed trans people and even trans sex workers, but was against gender-affirming surgeries and the idea that gender was fluid. Yes. What is this? Oh, this is from Colin Bodale. So they were all Bible quotes, and the students guessed that every single one was Mark's. Lecturing on liberation theology today from my PowerPoint. Yeah, he's a philosophy professor, Colin Bodale. I wanted to use this back in the day. I guess we could do that as well. Oh, this is the one. No, not this one. Not this is not this. Yes, this. This is amazing. I love the way that they structured this, by the way. What website is this? Need to see a clearer pic? You can right click and open image in the new tab for a clear review. There's no website. I made the pic, but derped on the font size. I love this. I love this image. I love this fucking graphic. Let's have a conclave. Oh, inside the conclave. All right. Lamat actually looks like Hearts of Iron 4, man. How did you even make that connection, though? What do you mean, dude? What, like, this is a pro-trans community. Like, obviously, as soon as I saw this, I was like, this literally is lined up like a paradox game, dude. Anyway. You're on Pop Crave Twitter. If there's an American Pope, I will kill myself. Dude, the American Pope is one of the worst. Okay? The American Pope sucks. He is dog shit. I cannot stress this enough. Shocking absolutely nobody. I must repeat, the American Pope is a fucking awful, awful. Awful choice. The German one, I think, is the Pope that I saw that was talking about how Muslims are actually invading Europe. That's another demon. It's gonna. I think we're probably gonna we're due for another Nazi Pope. Okay, like the Catholic Church could not maintain this like woke outlook for as long as it did. I'm telling you. Cardinal, not Pope yet. Yes, the German cardinal. I'm saying like the if the German one becomes a pope, it's gonna be fucking devastating.
About 14.
Here, let's look at the process of how the